trailer yesterday. Gonna run down to Muncie and try to get some testing in tonight. Car's back together. Didn't do a whole lot over the off season. I did throw tubular bumper support on and a tubular K-member, take a little weight off the front of the car. Most important thing I want to get testing with tonight is the slip valve for the clutch that I put on. It's got that adjustable knob right there. Allows me to control how quickly the pedal releases engaging the clutch. Last year I was fighting those traction issues. The clutch seemed like it was a little too aggressive. So hopefully that'll slow the clutch pedal down a little bit, allow me to slip the clutch a little bit more consistently, and hopefully it'll work out. I've got it set up on a momentary button on the steering wheel. So holding that button, it will slip the pedal, but as soon as I release that button, the pedal will function normally. Just checking over the watt box settings, see where they're at from the end of last year. So looks like launch control was all the way down to 4,200 RPM. Like I said, I was having trouble with traction last year. I'm gonna turn that up probably to, let's say 5,500 for now. We'll see how that does. I'm going to be on slicks tonight for the first time in a long time too. I usually run those ET Street-R bias plies. So hopefully between the slip valve and the slicks, maybe we'll have a better luck with traction. If not, I'll get back in here and kind of adjust it as needed. Pass out of the way. Felt like the clutch slip valve was gonna work if I could have kept my thumb on the button, but out of habit, as soon as I dumped the clutch, my thumb came off the button too. I know that's gonna take a little bit of practice. I did run an identical pass to my current personal best 1087 at 136, which is about 7 miles an hour faster than the first time I ran a 1087. So the car feels strong. Hopefully get a couple of clean passes in, get some more practice with this slip valve. worse. 60 foot was a 1/10 worse, and the quarter mile was a 1/10 off. I'm really having a hard time getting that button down. As soon as my foot comes off the pedal, my thumb wants to release that button. I probably should have put the button on the right side so I'm not using my left foot and my left thumb, but a little bit too late for that now. I also took a little bit out of the two-step and went down from 5,500 to 5,300 to see if maybe lowering the launch RPM and still trying to get my thumb to hold that button all the way through that first gear launch. See if that helps us. Temp's cooling off. It's not very hot out today anyway, but other than that, the car feels great, so we'll see if I can get this to work right. Somewhere with all this. Changing the settings on the two-step worked. The car hooked up a little bit better. I was able to keep my thumb on the button all the way through first gear, so the slip valve worked pretty good. That's just going to take a lot of getting used to, especially to get it dialed in where I want it. But the 60 foot was a lot better at 1.5, and the car actually went 1052 at 137, which is a new personal best by almost 4/10. So I'll take it, probably make one more pass tonight before I load up and go home. But I'm stoked with that. I cannot be mad about coming out, testing a new setup, and running a new personal best, especially by so much. So definitely happy with it. I figured I'd try to make one more pass after having the good luck on the third pass. I felt the car nose over at the line, thought it hit the rev limiter, but got back to load it up, pulled the bumper, and found it blew a charge pipe off, so we'll have to get those clamps maybe replaced or tightened back up, and hopefully that solves that issue. Been a couple of days since Wednesday's test and tune session. Got the car home in one piece, got it unloaded here in the garage. I did temporarily put the intercooler pipe back in the coupler and tighten it back down. I do want to replace that clamp before I go back to the track, just because if it's come apart once, it'll probably come apart again. Figured it's best just to get a fresh clamp put on there, so that way I don't have to keep fighting this issue. Those are the clamps that have been on this kit since I put it on years ago. So they're probably due for a refresh anyway. I did realize I forgot to go over the slip from that last pass, so I just want to show that real quick. Car 716, you can see there. The car went 1037 at 132. That is another personal best for me. Really happy with it. It's just unfortunate that that intercooler pipe came off right before the line, so I'll never really know what it could have been. Mile per hour was just a little bit down on that pass, but overall, really happy with it. That's definitely something I can build on going forward. Don't mind me, just practicing holding that button down. Who knew it would be so hard to hold a damn button?